Hey guys, Old Guy Gaming here, back again with another MTG Arena video, and tonight we're going to be participating in the World's 26 Showcase on Arena. So, as some of you may know, the weekend has already probably come and gone by the time you're seeing this, but World Championships is happening right now, and Wizards is giving a free event on Arena, allowing you to play some of the decks that are going to be in that event. So, let's go take a look. First of all, I'm a huge fan of the idea of free events. Free is fun, especially in Arena. The idea, of course, is that you have a whole bunch of base decks that they're going to use, the decks that are actually being submitted by specific players. And your objective is to try to win 3 games. You win a game, you win a level. Takes you all the way up to 1000 XP. Win 2 games, that's another level. And then finally, you're really trying to play for the World Championship card sleeves. Some of the decks, it tells you where the meta is today. It's interesting to look at these. So you've got 4 mono red decks, you've got 4 Temur Reclamation decks, you've got 4 Fire of Invention decks, you have 3 blue-white control decks, and then 1 from Peter. I like this one. This one's got all kinds of fun stuff. This one looks interesting to me. I might give this one a try. But I think I'm going to start with the mono red decks. I think those are probably relatively easier to pilot. So let's go ahead and play some games of this one, shall we? Let's take a look at A decks. I think if I'm going to play a deck, the one that I'm probably going to go with is Seth Manfield. I happen to be a fan of his. But this is your, and you'll see a video on this later in the week, your base standard mono red beatdown deck. So 4 favorite champions, 4 Scorch Spitters, Rimrock Knights, Robber of the Rich, Runaway Steamkins, your Bone Crusher Giants, Annex, Light Up the Stage for card draw, 3 Torbrands, 3 Evercleaves, and some hot mana with the Mountains, and of course 4 Castle Empress. That's part of the deck I'm going to run for most of this. I will dabble in the other ones. The interesting part for this one is like those other 2 of these deck archetypes I'm not super interested in. I mean, if you want to take a look real quick, this is Temur Reclamation. Temur Reclamation, whenever this came out, I screamed that this card was broke-tastic, and it absolutely is. Mostly this is just build up to a huge amount of mana so that you can expansion or explosion your target and win. The rest of it, you've got, Hydro Crisis in here to keep it alive. You're going to be bouncing creatures back and forth, specifically Ordo. I mean, it's a deck. It is a thing. So in any case, and then of course we've already talked mostly, like if you haven't seen a Fires of Invention deck, you haven't been playing Arena, it's a bunch of free casting, and then we just did a video last week on blue-white control. So without further ado, let's go ahead into the event. If you like the video, of course, by all means, like and subscribe. It always helps out the channel. Which deck did you take this, and how well did you do? There's some good English for you. Alright, Seth, my man, let's see how good. I like this deck. I mean, I'll be playing this a little bit later in the week in a future video, just like me actually playing in a non-world competitive event. And did anyone watch the streaming? I know that the streaming numbers have been kind of down, which is a shame. Unfortunately, this is my son's my son's birthday weekend, so I am not going to be able to watch this one. Ooh, I like how they put all this up. Man, did they do a good job on this. I like everything about this hand. Wish it had 1 more mana, but it is what it is. Man, how cool do you got to be to have an avatar in Arena? I'm just saying. Yeah, so this is the blue-white control deck. Can we beat them down and do enough damage before they die? That's really what this deck does. Ooh. Too bad we can't use that. I do love the championship. I love the stadium that they did for the stage for this. This is so cool. So ideally, I mean, obviously they've got the flyer that gains so much power from drawing cards. That is their kill spell. Let's go with try to do as much damage as humanly possible and try to get as many spells out before they have any chance to do anything. The upside to this is that's a Dovin's Veto that's sitting in exile now. I do like that. So, my suspicion is he's going to Banishing Light the Brute. I would have gone with the Robber of the Rich. That's not what I would have done there. What can I cast? Oh, look, 2 more Dovin Vetoes going into the bin. I like that. Let's light up the stage, draw some cards. Drop that. Drop that. So we are well on our way. 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. And we can Embercleave on the next turn. Let's see what he does. So the only thing I don't like about this deck, and even in my playthrough in this one, it takes... Sure. It takes a long time to get running. Vanishing Light. That, see, here's where the control's coming in. That's okay. Let's go Torbrand. Let him start wasting some spells on those. So far, I mean, like, it's a pretty even matchup. I know it doesn't look like it. Narset. And he's going to go looking for his trawler. Oh, he's going to go looking for... Oh, perfect. We're going to attack him. We're going to Embercleave. Boom! That's what I love about this deck. It is so fast. So fast. But we did meet the one deck, like, you know, aggro beats control. Ooh, look at all the fun stuff we're getting here. There's my 1000 XP. Aggro definitely beats control. Ramp definitely beats aggro. I mean, this kind of that's kind of the rock paper scissors of a good meta. Well, maybe good's a little bit rough. Maybe it's not good, but having 3 or 4 decks that are very well represented, I think, is a healthy thing for a meta. Let's hang on to this and see what happens. Love the... I just don't know if they're worth the gold. It's like, I've really dialed it back on spending gold on cosmetics. Don't get me wrong, cosmetics are cool. If you do it and you have, you know, the disposable income that you're putting into it, that's great, that's awesome. As well as cool as this mana looks... he's going to set his hand up, so we get another control deck. Let's see how this goes. We don't have nearly as much speed as I would like. So I do have my concerns here. And I've got to eventually break down and get the owl. See, that I'll spend money on because that ends up giving me... No, let's cancel that. Let's do the Runaway Steamkin. Spending gold on the Mastery Pass is different in my opinion because I end up getting packs out of it, I end up getting gold, I end up opening more stuff. Like the last set with Throne of Eldraine, I ended up with every rare in Mythic by the end of that set because it took so long to run that set. Ooh, Fever and Champion. Let's do that. Let's just do some more damage, shall we? Oof, right in the face. Question is, should I have spent that mana to go ahead and get the Rim Rocks out? That might have been nice. I do like the idea of getting Embercleave down on the next turn, though. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, my suspicion is I've got to... if he's got a counter for the Steamkin, he's going to use it. Probably bounce it. Brazen Borrower, I think, is in that deck. Doesn't have the mana for it, though. He does now. So let's drop that. And let's go ahead and get that double strike and win. Holy cow, this is going faster than I thought. I genuinely expected it was going to take me a while to get to the sleeves. And I might. I don't want to get too rambunctious here. But we are one win away from the sleeves. And we're only like 9 minutes into the video. But the upside is you can continue to play this event. So if you want to continue to play with some of these decks and you don't have some of these cards, it's an easy, free way to do it. But hey, what can I say? Seth knows how to build a deck, man. Sure. Going first those last 2 games has been gigantic, by the way. And we go first in this one as well. Well, that's Robber of the Rich. Looks like we are playing the ramp variety, so we are playing our hard counter here. So the catch is going to be getting ahead of him early. Let's see if we can cast something on from his first. Hydroid Crisis, sure, let's do that. It draws us cards. And it takes it away from his deck. This is going a little bit slower than I'd prefer. Still thinking to see what he's going to go with here. So he's going to do that to gain the life, which is a good call. Especially against this matchup. So let's drop that. Let's go in and swing. Nothing good. So let's draw some cards. Drop that. Let's drop... let's go ahead and draw another cards. Amber, Cleave, Fever, and Champion, absolutely. Makes Embercleave so much cheaper. So I think he sees the writing on the wall with Embercleave here. Let's see how this goes. He's got enough mana he can build up something. If he's got a Hydro Crisis sitting in his hand, that could be problematic. He does not have enough for the escape. He's got nothing in there. That's one of the things like with this escape mechanic. It's okay, but you really need to build cards into your graveyard for it. So he's going to go with the Hydroid Crisis. With the 3/3 on the Hydroid Crisis. So what's he going to block with? Anything? Whatever he blocks with is going to die to Embercleave, and he should know that. And let's Rimrock to make sure that we're getting through. And just for good measure, so all we need to do now is simply attack with a Scorch Spitter, and we've got the win. That's all we have to do. And there it is. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There's our 3 wins and our card sleeves. Alright, so since that went so quickly, let's play a different deck just to see how this one goes. I'm pulling for the red decks for Seth Manfield this weekend. Obviously, I think that's going to be pretty darn cool. And there they are, the World Championship sleeves. Wow, that went quick. So let's go ahead and pick a different deck. So I'm a huge fan of Seth. I want to take a look at Peter's deck. I think it's Petor, actually, is how you pronounce it. Sorry if I get that incorrect. I am an American and I'm ignorant when it comes to foreign language enunciation, if that's the right one. Oh, I love his hair. I think I just did my son's hair the same color. Well, we did purple and then we did blue, but yeah. Okay, Witch's Oven and Massacre Girl. Hells yeah. Got the same deck again, got the control deck. So this should be interesting. I'm curious to see if Peter's onto something or not. I don't know how well this deck's going to do against Seth's deck. Seth's deck is pretty impressive, to say the least. Massacre Girl basically serves as a black board wipe as far as I'm concerned. No, 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 no. I want Witch's Oven. Does look like we need to go after the black mana, though. Thrashing Brothadon is in there simply to deal with Fires of Invention. Sure. So I do need double black to get Massacre Girl out, but this one doesn't have a ton of creatures to necessarily deal with. So I'm genuinely debating doing... If I had any cats, cats with the Mayhem Devil would be perfect right now.
Don't worry, I got this.
Well, he does get the benefit of the doubt for that one. Let's go ahead and drop the Fabled Passage, pop it. We're going to go and get a mountain, as much as I want to go get that. Drop the Witch's Oven. Let's take out Teferi and say go. We'll drop a card out of his hand here shortly. Probably should have done that because he's definitely getting into Fires of Invention range. But that's what Thrashing Brothadon's there for. Deafening Clarion. Since they're going to die anyway, I might as well do some damage with them. Let's Agonizing Remorse. Let's see what he's got that we don't like. Let's take that Cavalier of Flames right out of his hand, thanks. Sure. Come on, give me a mana. Trail of Crumbles, probably. Probably. Yep. Stomping Ground. We're going to pay the 2 life. We don't have the black mana. That's a shame. I'm now regretting my choices. One more black mana and we are going to be cooking. It's one of these 3-color decks. Like, 3-color decks and I do not get along. I never end up with the right choices. Sure.
I've got time.
Yeah, now we're going to start feeling the pain. He's probably got a counterspell sitting in hand. Alright, let's go Witch's Oven again. We'll sacrifice a little bit of food, stay a little alive. Draw a card. Do I want to go with the kitty or do I want to go with Thrashing Brothadon? Let's go kitty. We can get more card draw based off of it. Especially with 3 witches ovens and Trail of Crumbles out there, I'll definitely be able to get my card draw out of it. I'll go find what I'm looking for, thank you very much. All kinds of card play. He gets to pick what he wants to do. There's a land, and he's casting... Oh, of course. Kenrith. Oh, creatures gain haste and trample. That's crazy. Yep. Well, unless I do something about it here, we are definitely screwed. This is not going to work out. Sure, draw more cards. That's cool.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Perfect. We're going to do this just for the meme. Does he have the counter? Does he have the counter? Oh, he's going to gain the 5 life before everything dies. Aw, it didn't do anything. It didn't work. You win, good sir. Alright, so that's going to do it. That's 20 minutes of the World Decks. Let me know how you did in the comments down below. Obviously, my Sith Manfield run did really well and went 3-0 and got me the card sleeve. So, until next video, guys, we shall see you in the arena. I'm going to concede here. Bye. This video was brought to you in no small part by our patrons. If you would like to help out the channel, go to www.patreon.com/oldguygamingmtga, and thank you for your support.